Well, they contacted us, but I didn't feel ready. There was something inside, and even the thought of it made me nervous.
Oh, sweet, gentle breeze, you remind.
In your eyes, there's a heavy blue, and somewhere inside that softness, a story is waiting to be told. A young singer from a quiet English town would soon capture global attention, but almost no one understood how her voice managed to rise above millions in the crowded world of online music. New artists appear every day, most of them disappearing as quickly as they arrive, yet something different happened when the world heard Lucy Thomas for the first time. Her voice didn't simply attract views, it commanded stillness. The kind of stillness that makes a listener pause without knowing why. Before fame found her, life in Wigan was ordinary. Familiar streets, familiar routines, and a family that kept things grounded. But inside that simple world, a young girl was quietly forming a sound that felt older than her years. Teachers at school events stopped mid-sentence when she sang. Parents whispered about the strange maturity in her tone. No one could explain it, but they all felt it. By the time she began formal vocal training, the foundation of something rare had already been laid. Her early world revolved around musical theater, classic ballads, and the emotional sweep of songs that required more than volume, they required truth. She didn't chase trends or viral moments, she sang because singing made everything feel clearer, calmer, brighter. And although people in her hometown recognized her gift, none of them imagined how quickly that quiet talent would be pushed into the national spotlight. At 14, Lucy walked into an audition for The Voice Kids UK. She entered the studio as a teenager with nerves and a soft voice, but when she sang, everything changed. She didn't rely on showy runs or dramatic tricks, she simply delivered a tone so pure that the room shifted around her. She made it to the semifinals, but didn't win. For many kids, that would have been the end of a brief public moment, but the loss became her turning point instead of her ending. Industry professionals noticed her tone, her calm, her unusual maturity. A recording contract with Cavendish Records soon followed, placing her on a path far more meaningful than a trophy. Once she entered the studio world, her rise accelerated. While most young artists take years to release one album, Lucy began releasing them almost annually. Premiere in 2019, Encore in 2020, Timeless in 2021, Destiny in 2022, Beyond in 2023, Portrait in 2025. Each album revealed new layers of control, clarity, and emotional refinement. Her voice didn't plateau, it grew, deepened, expanded. Reviewers noted how her tone became stronger and more expressive with every release. Her YouTube presence became the bridge between her quiet world and millions of people around the globe. Viewers described her voice as calming, angelic, and strangely grounding. Reaction channels began breaking down her breath control and stability, praising how she maintained softness while still carrying emotional weight. Yet behind that consistency was a teenager navigating school, training, and the pressure of a growing online audience. Then came the performance that changed everything, her rendition of Hallelujah. It wasn't just another cover, it became the video that froze the internet in a moment of collective quiet. Countless singers had attempted the song, but Lucy approached it with sincerity instead of spectacle. No dramatic oversinging, no heavy emotional pushing, just pure clarity. The video spread across blogs, playlists, reaction channels, and music communities. Millions of views followed, tens of millions. And with each share, people described the same reaction, a sense of stillness, like the world paused just to listen. But with every iconic moment comes a hidden cost. Once the world labels a singer as extraordinary, every new upload becomes a comparison. The pressure shifted. People expected every performance to match the emotional weight of Hallelujah. And while Lucy rarely spoke about the strain, it's impossible to carry that level of expectation without feeling its heaviness. Fans wanted more classics, more orchestral covers, more moments that made them cry. Social media is a powerful place, but it can also be overwhelming. Admiration comes with noise, both positive and negative, and growing up under that scrutiny can quietly shape a young artist's emotional world. Even with those pressures, Lucy remained steady. No scandals, no dramatic headlines, no chaotic public moments. She focused on singing, recording, and staying grounded. Her calm presence became part of her appeal. But while the internet saw a flawless exterior, a deeper shift was happening behind the scenes. Lucy was expanding her identity beyond studio walls. Her involvement in theater projects revealed a new layer of talent. Musical theater demanded more than technical control. It required storytelling, vulnerability, and emotional movement. When Lucy participated in the studio cast recording for Rosie the Musical and later stepped onto West End stages, she didn't just sing, she embodied the music. Under the bright theater lights, her voice carried intention, and her presence felt larger than ever before. Fans who had followed her since the early days realized they were no longer watching a girl with a beautiful voice. They were watching a performer capable of shaping entire narratives. With the release of Portrait, Lucy entered a new artistic phase. The album carried more emotional depth, richer phrasing, and a confidence that felt earned rather than assumed. Duets with Martha and West End vocalist Will Collin added intimacy and texture. Critics noted her evolution. Fans recognized how her interpretations carried more nuance than ever before. Her career was no longer defined by viral moments. It was defined by steady growth, discipline, and sincerity. In a world where quick fame often burns out within months, Lucy moved differently. She built her catalog with intention. She avoided spectacle. She chose authenticity over shock value, allowing her talent to speak louder than any headline could. This kind of slow-burn artistry tends to last longer. It builds loyalty instead of temporary hype. And it positions her not as an overnight sensation, but as an artist with a future measured in decades. Today, at 21, Lucy sits at a rare crossroads. She's already accomplished more than many established performers, yet it still feels like she hasn't reached her defining moment. She's known but not overexposed, respected but not exploited, admired but still growing. Industry observers speculate about what might come next: larger stage roles, original soundtracks, major collaborations, or perhaps an original song that will become the centerpiece of her career. The most intriguing part of her journey is that nothing feels concluded. Her voice continues to evolve, her confidence continues to strengthen, and her path remains open in ways that invite possibility rather than pressure. Her story so far feels like a long, beautifully crafted overture, full of clarity, emotion, and promise. Somewhere in her future, there may be a performance that becomes her signature piece, the one that defines her legacy. It may be a classic reinterpreted with her unique softness. It may be a brand new song written specifically for her voice. Or it may be something the world hasn't even imagined yet. But one thing is clear: Lucy Thomas is not simply a young singer with a beautiful tone. She is a rare combination of talent, discipline, and emotional honesty. An artist whose greatest moment may still be waiting quietly just ahead, ready to unfold at the exact time she's prepared to deliver it.